This is Chapter 1 in a story of revenge and determination. Determination to reach Master Ball rank for the first time ever in VGC and avenge my Lunala. In my most recent videos, I had hopped onto the competitive ladder for the first time with the Zacian and Regidrago squad. Now I'm back with another team, also showcased by CloverBell at his channel. Link to that video below where he chats with the team's creator. But I thought to myself, this is a really cool squad. I like the Kanto duo of Rhydon and Lapras. This team has a lot of tools and tricks to deal with some of the meta threats out there, particularly Miraidon with its Electro-Drift BS. So join me on this adventure. This will be my first attempt in a season to get to Master Ball rank. With the news of Pokemon Champions on the horizon, as showcased in the most recent Pokemon Presents, I thought to myself, what better first step to take than to try to get to that elusive Master Ball rank? So let's dive right in. This is our first battle. This person's team, they do not have a restricted Pokemon, which is kind of nice for us, I guess. They left it behind. Right off the bat, we've got a Sneasler. Annoying Sneasler. Not a good matchup for our Lunala here. Now, I like to fast forward a little bit through the battles when I'm indecisive in picking a move. Since this was the first battle, there were a little bit of nerves going on. So we play the safe route by protecting Lapras, and it's imperative to get off the Trick Room so that our slow-ass Lunala can start dishing out damage. Our nice shiny Lapras here is ready to absorb the blow. Alright, so the dimensions are now twisted in our favor. So as far as items go, Lapras has the Citrus Berry for a little health recovery, and Lunala has the leftovers to hopefully restore the Shadow Shield ability if it takes a little chip damage, because it reactivates when you have full HP. Alright, so Lapras, we're going to go with the Hydro Pump. You're up, pal. And Lunala's going to supplement with the Moonblast. We need the Sneasler off the field stat, because Poison-type moves are not very friendly to our Lunala here. Alright, so they go to pull back the Indeedee. Who are we going to see next? Alright, so we got Delphox. Definitely not one of my favorite starters. That's for sure. Lapras Hydro Pump! Oh my god. You hate to see that. This is not a good start here. Missing the Hydro Pump right off the bat. But that's okay. You know what? You gotta just hang in and keep rolling with the punches when that kind of stuff happens. We miss a turn, so what? I feel like Lapras is in a good position to keep trying to do a Hydro Pump here, so we're going to switch targets into Delphox and try to blast it off of this battlefield. I want to double into it. If the Hydro Pump, for whatever reason, doesn't take out the Delphox, then the Moonblast will just go into the Sneasler anyway, so let's see what happens. Alright, now we're cooking with gas here. Okay, so the Delphox lives. It's got a little beef to it. Alright, we're showcasing Lunala's signature move, the Moongeist Beam. See ya. Okay, so now we feel a little bit better about Sneasler being on the field. It's not as big of a threat as I thought right now. And so they U-turn the F out of here. Okay, let's see who's coming in next. Oh, we got the Urshifu. The Urshifu. Okay, we're in a good position here because Lapras has the Water Absorb ability, and it also has Freeze, Dry, Ice-type moves, which are super effective into Urshifu, so we're feeling very good about that. Let's see who else he's going to send out there. Okay, so Sneasler's right back in. He didn't want to stay out of the matchup for long. That is a pretty cool shiny, though. I just don't know if I have the patience to do shiny hunting in Arceus. Maybe another time. Alright, I'm going to opt to not take my foot off the pedal here and just try to double into this Urshifu and take it right off the field. Freeze Dry and a Moonblast coming up. This should very well take it out in one turn. Alright, Lapras, Freeze Dry. Go. Wow, that's pretty massive damage there. Like that. And the Moonblast knocks the Urshifu out. See ya. Okay, we've got a nice clear path to victory here. Sneasler's going to get one more turn in, but the Brick Break is not going to be enough to take out the Lapras. So then we still have a little bit of recovery. Our Citrus Berry kicks in here, and the end game has arrived. They think about it for a little while, and bang! Not even a cancellation, just a hard quit. Man, you hate to see that. But anyway, GG's, thanks for the battle. Okay, so I missed hitting record while we were doing the team selection process for this second battle here, so you know what, we're going to dive right in. And they come straight out with the Calyrex Ice Rider. Alright, so right off the bat, Lapras is not able to use his Citrus Berry, which is mildly alarming, but that's okay. Okay, it takes me a little while to decide what to do here, so we're going to fast forward once again, and they pull out their Amoonguss. That's kind of nice. I was a little worried about that. Chi-Yu is a major threat, so they're going to switch out. In comes Urshifu to pressure the Chi-Yu. They protect their Ice Rider, which is expected. Our Chi-Yu is Choice Scar, so it's going to be the fastest thing on the field right now. They're for sure going to want to set up a Trick Room, so that I'm sure is on the way. But I opted for a Heat Wave to do some massive damage on the Amoonguss. If not, take it out completely. And then Lapras, who's totally pulling its weight here in the first couple of battles so far, pulls out the Freeze Dry and gets rid of the Urshifu for us. Amazing. You love to see that. Okay, let's see what they're doing next here. In comes the Roaring Moon, Dragon type. So we're in a good position here. Lapras has that free. Okay, I'm not really sure what the speed stat is on the Roaring Moon, so we're going to have to be careful about that. All right, here it is. The Terra. Should be either a water or fairy type. Let's see what they do here. All right, so they got the Fairy Terra. Feels like they are going to lay into us with a Glacial Lance right now. Could possibly have went with Snarl instead because this is a Choice Scarf Chi-Yu. You can only select one move. Oh, and they go for the Tailwind. They're getting boosted speed. All right, let's see what the Heat Wave's going to do here. All right, not too bad. Oh no, the high horsepower is going to hurt. Oh no. All right, Chi-Yu, you tried. Chi-Yu is just unbelievable with the special attack stat and super fast. Okay, the Chilling Neigh. Calyrex gets everything. 2 abilities. It gets 2 Pokemon combined into 1. Spread moves, all that stuff. Man, that is a busted-ass Pokemon. But you know what? That's also why I don't want to really be using it, and that's why I like the Lunala team. Let's see if we can catch a couple of people off their guard with the Wide Guard move. Makes sense. Lunala spreads his giant-ass wings and protects the whole squad. Alright, Lunala, now's your time to shine. Here we go. Calyrex, both Shadow and Ice Rider, very manageable. If you're facing them, just gotta proceed with caution. Pelipper and Hariyama, some other Pokemon with the Wide Guard ability to protect you from those spread moves. Alright, it's time to protect the squad. When you got a Pokemon that's so busted, you can't resist clicking that Glacial Lance. They get greedy with the damage sometimes, but you know something, we came prepared for this. I'll see your Fairy Terra and raise you 1 Fairy Terra. It is time for Lunala to wear the Heart Crown. This is a special Lunala to me. This is the Lunala from my Pokemon Moon version that is also, in fact, an Alolan League champion. Though I did forget to put that champion ribbon on the Lunala. I'll have to remember that for later. Alright, Lapras, use Protect. It's time to set up the Trick Room. They got the Tailwind going. This is where you gotta be careful. It gets confusing. There's Tailwinds, there's Trick Rooms. Gotta make sure you check the turns. See how many are remaining for each. Whoa, alright, that hurts. A little critical hit on the Lunala there, but we do get off the Trick Room. Let's slow it down. Gotta rely on the leftovers there, a little bit for recovery. Even if that little bit of damage just saves you 1 more hit, 1 more turn, then it's totally worth it. I could be wrong, but I don't want to be distracted by the Ice Rider here, so we want to go ahead and take out this Roaring Moon. We have it within striking distance, and then we can spread out our damage a little bit and try to hit the Ice Rider, chip away. Alright, so actually they're going to go ahead and save it for later. Pull it back. So this must be the Amoonguss coming back in. Okay, we got to watch out for the Rage Powder here. We got to watch out for Spore and Sleep. Man, this Amoonguss is a pain in the absolute butt. Alright, fire off the Moonblast. Let's go. This should do a fair bit of chip damage here. Alright, so it's for the most part within striking distance, but I don't think another Moonblast is going to quite do it. Okay, they have returned the dimensions to normal with another Trick Room, and now I'm a little bit nervous. We lost our speed control here. Okay, so I definitely take a risk here. I know that they're going to go for the Glacial Lance, but I did not do a Wide Guard. We are going to double into the Amoonguss, because I thought that the Lunala can eat the hit, which it does. And we go for the signature Moongeist Beam, chip away at Amoonguss. We just cannot afford the redirection and the sleep. Lapras, finish it off. Bang. Calyrex is low enough that we could just take care of that pretty easily, I think. Okay, so the Roaring Moon is low. It's going to come back in. Great job, Lapras. Thank you to anyone who's sticking along with me for this journey. If you're enjoying the content here at P1P, do me a favor. Throw a like. Throw a sub if you can. That'd be a big help. I will throw the Pokepaste down in the description in case anybody is interested in using this team. But that's it. I like it. I'm rolling with it. I am feeling confident that we can get to the Master Ball level with this squad. Definitely appreciate it. We do this for fun here. And if anything comes out of it, then hey, that's great. If a mediocre gamer like me can climb up the ladder to Master Ball rank, then so can you. This is about empowerment here. Positivity. You can't be afraid of taking the L's. It's gonna happen sometimes. And the only way how to learn and get better is through experience, and by watching the scores of other YouTube channels that are significantly better battlers than I am. Okay, tangent over. Lunala, spread your big ass wings and wide guard the team, because you know they can't resist a Glacial Lance. Oh boy, knockoff. That's gonna do some damage there. Not quite enough to kick in the Citrus Berry. And there comes the Lance. Sorry, don't get greedy. I mean, Lapras is a boss here, just hanging on the field for as long as it possibly can. I'm from the Gen 1 era. I was like the perfect age as a kid when Pokemon came out to enjoy it and appreciate it. Pokemon Blue was my first game. Man, this franchise has come a long way. I am very excited about the idea of Pokemon Champions. I like how, from what we saw in the Pokemon Presents, they're going to be mixing the gimmicks, so it seems like you'll be able to either use a Terra or a Mega Evolution. I don't know if they're going to mix in the other ones like Dynamax, but this is effectively Pokemon Stadium number 3. So you know what? Let's hop on the ladder now and get prepared if you're not already. Seems like it's going to open it up to more people because now you can play on mobile and your Nintendo Switch and connect it all to home. So I think that's pretty awesome. That's a good next step from Pokemon. Like I was saying in one of my last videos, I never actually played through X and Y. I picked one up used. So it feels like a good time to dive back into that game, actually finish it, and get a feel for Mega Evolutions. Then I'll have played through all of the generations of Pokemon. Okay, so they cancel. That's another win. Cool. GG's. Appreciate the battle. Love this trainer card. I'm a big fan of the Hisuian Electrode. I don't know why. Interesting typing, Grass Electric, and I just think it's pretty cool shiny also. So I somewhat randomly threw it in as my trainer card. Whatever. Okay, here we go. So this is the team that the Rhydon is here for. A Miraidon team with an Iron Hands as well. Rhydon, it is your time to shine. So it is imperative to keep this Rhydon on the field. It's got the Eviolite. Eviolite or Eviolite? I don't know. I'm not sure which one is right. But anyway, we are in a perfect position right now. Alright, so Rhydon has the Fairy Terra type, which the team builder definitely had in mind to keep it safe from the Dazzling Gleam, that nasty spread move from Miraidon. Now, Rhydon has the Lightning Rod ability, so it will absorb any electric attacks from the other side of the field. Well, from your own side of the field also, too, if you want to boost up its special attack. But this is a physical attacker, so it's more about just absorbing the damage, not about buffing up the stats. That could be something like with the Raichu you do, for example. You hit your own Raichu with an electric attack, you buff it up. Okay, so with this lead off, they're going to be forced to Terra here on the Miraidon, because we are well situated with high horsepower and Rock Slide on the Rhydon. Alright, so the Dazzling Gleam has to be coming next. But you know something, we're ready for it. Hit us with your best shot. Let's go. Okay, so at this point, we just brace for the impact. I am also going to go for a Terra here on the Rhydon. I don't know that I had to here. I don't know if in this immediate moment it benefits me. I think I just kind of panicked a little bit. The nerves were going. Heart is pumping. We're competing here. I guess maybe I was worried about a Psychic from the Farigiraf, but Fairy does not resist Psychic types, so whatever. We just blew the Terra. Here comes the Razzle Dazzle. Okay, ow. That really hurt. Okay, Rhydon gets off the Swords Dance. Attack stat plus 2 stages, and Lunala is going to give us the speed control with the Trick Room. Lunala is still in good shape. Very beefy Pokemon, strong defensive stats, so we're just going to recover a little bit with the leftovers. Moving right along, we set up a wide guard next. Like I said, sometimes they can't resist going for the double major damage. I hope that the one sword stance is enough. It's not. It's not enough to take it out, but that's okay. It's down to its last leg. I imagine they're probably going to retreat with the Miraidon here. And wide guard is major in this format. Between the Ice Riders, the Fluttermanes and Miraidons with Dazzling Gleam, the Terapagos with the Stellar Starstorm, Origin Pulse, Water Spout, Dragon Energy, there are just spread moves galore. This is kind of a long battle, so we're going to cut ahead a little bit. Miraidon retreats, and in comes the Incineroar. So with Intimidate, that'll lower our Rhydon to just +1 attack, but that's okay, we're still at a positive. Okay, so 2 wide guards in a row was not a good idea, because we probably should have read that they were going to pull the Miraidon out. Farigiraf goes for Psychic. Will it be enough to take out the Rhydon? It doesn't! Okay, wow. Whew. That was important. Probably was playing a little loose with the Rhydon. But anyway, at +1, we get off a Rock Slide. It does some big damage to Incineroar, who is weak to rock types. We are going to protect the Rhydon at all costs here. He needs to be on the field for when Miraidon is coming back out there. So before we retreat, we'll use our 1 turn to protect. Okay, so Fake Out is interesting. I wonder if they might have just tried to take out the Rhydon completely here. I mean, I think even it would survive the Fake Out. Okay, so we Moonblast. We're trying to take out the Incineroar, which survives, unfortunately. But we can't be greedy. We gotta chip away. Okay, so they doubled into the Rhydon with the Psychic, so that was their plan, to take it out. Okay, Rhydon, you gotta get out of there, man. Get out of there while the getting's good. So in comes Ogerpon for the first time during this video, and during my first couple of matches so far. Rock-type puts us in a good position, also against the Miraidon in the back, and we get rid of that Incineroar. Okay, not too worried about the Psychic, though it will break our sturdy ability. And so for Lunala with the leftovers, it'll put us just behind full HP, which would have reactivated the Shadow Shield like we talked about earlier. But that's okay. We're feeling great right now. Rhydon's in the back. Ogerpon is ready to smash that Cudgel down, just like the like button. Smash it. Heh. Alright, so in comes Iron Hands. Very strong Paradox Pokemon. Alright, so I'm trying to do a little bit of chip damage here to the Frigoraph. We're going to target that, try to get it out of the way. This might have been a mistake. We should have focused our efforts perhaps on the Iron Hands, but we're going to try to recover a little bit of HP with Horn Leech. I forgot all about the Drain Punch from Iron Hands. You can probably tell from context, but I do the commentary afterward. I can't be doing it while I'm gaming. I got to be locked in. I think I overestimated a little bit the amount of damage that the Lunala was going to do to Iron Hands here, which most likely has the Assault Vest on to boost up its special defense stat. But alas, we live and we learn. It's so tough, man. There are just so many different things going on with so many different Pokemon. Abilities, moves, typings, terras. That's it. You just got to go out there and try your best. This Psychic is pretty much going to do nothing at all. Like I said before, here comes a punishing Drain Punch, and it's going to recover a little bit. So we should have focused our efforts a little more on the Iron Hands, especially because Assault Vest only boosts the special defense. We had the Ivy Cudgel there. We probably could have done a good amount of chip damage into the Iron Hands with the Ogerpon. Okay, we're going to send out Rhydon with abundant caution. We're not going to send Lapras out there to its doom to just absorb a giant Wild Charge or other electric attack, maybe a Thunder Punch from the Iron Hands. So we go with Rhydon. We'll start with the Protect, and then we see what happens from there. Alright, time to get weird. We're going to set up the Trick Room here, give Lunala the advantage in speed. Okay, so they really want this Rhydon gone. Of course they do. Then the stage is set for Miraidon to come in and sweep. Okay, they probably should have read that we were going to protect the Rhydon, I imagine. So they double into it. They could have maybe... I mean, the Heavy Slam is super effective on Lunala, so I wonder why they're not going to do that. Okay, hey, I'll take it. You know what? We haven't even seen the Zapdos on the field yet. That'll be for Chapter 2 of the saga, the Ascent to Master Ball rank. Very cool team overall. I love this. The idea of doing big damage is super tempting now that we got the Trick Room up. But then I slap myself in the face and say, nah, you can't risk the Rhydon, man. Cannot do it. So the safest play here is going to be to take it off the field. They're probably not going to go for an electric move right now, so I think a Lapras switch in is safe. And because this super bulky Iron Hands can just keep recovering with the Drain Punch, I think we have to just try to focus again on the Frigoraph and get it off the battlefield. I'm starting to get a little bit sloppy over here in this game, but it's okay. We're in a good spot. Here comes Lapras the Sociable, a fun and friendly Lapras. Lapras, by the way, is a mass outbreak event along with several other Pokemon like Charcadet in honor of Pokemon Day. That was a couple of days ago when the Pokemon Presents came out. Alright, let's do some big damage on the Frigoraph. Oh, man. Okay, we're getting closer with it, though. And they're going to do a roar. They want to get that Rhydon dead. Done. Gone. That's okay. We got a clear turn or protect, then we could just swap the Lunala right back in, so we are safe. I'm feeling good. Rhydon's got friggin' whiplash here from coming in and out. Dragged out. Literally dragged out. We got to try to utilize the Trick Room while we're still in it, so we're going to swap the Lapras back out, and we're going to go into Lunala. Oh man, you got to stay sharp for this. And that's it. As you climb the ranks, it only gets harder from there. Okay, Lunala's back in business. Rhydon protects, as they should probably expect. But much to my surprise, they go for the kill on the Rhydon again. I mean, they had to know I was going to protect that. This is a more defensive build, so it's not going to be dealing major damage unless it's got the Sword Dance up. And they double into it also, too. So that effectively covers our swap with Lunala back in pretty safely. So that's it. I mean, we're just going to switch back into Lapras. This time, though, I think my cute little act is up, and they're going to target this slot no matter what. And bang, we're in Ice type, so the fighting move is just going to absolutely destroy the Lapras. You did your best. Nice job. This Farigiraf is like the little engine that could with the Psychic. It's not going to do very much damage. We know that already, but it might as well do something. Figure it probably should have Trick Room to offset the one that I set up. But anyway, so we Moonblast it out of existence. And so the stage is perfectly set. Rhydon is coming back out, absorb all the electric type moves, and in comes the Miraidon. And look at that, with leftovers, we're back to full HP. Shadow Shield is activated. You've activated my trap card. I've got a lot more great battles on the way. Feels like there's no limit to what this team can do, as long as you have Rhydon clinging for dear life in the back. All right, so we're in Trick Room. We go first. Miraidon has no protect ability, and I apologize. I know that's the second time in this video that I said ability instead of attack or move, but you get what I'm saying. Come on. For the sheer amount of hours that I have put into Pokemon Scarlet, I can't believe that I have not gotten to the competitive scene yet. But better late than never, so thank you again for joining me on this journey. I love the idea of using a couple of mons that are anti-meta like the Rhydon, not an expected choice. And again, I'm a Kanto kid, back from the Gen 1 era, so I love it. Man, Rhydon, I promise you'll get to launch an attack at some point or another. Jeez Louise, just hanging on by an absolute thread. They low kick into us. Let's just finish this battle already, come on. Okay, so Rhydon protects, and here comes the Moonblast to finish off that Miraidon. Nice knowing you, but again, that's exactly what this team is for, built around protecting against those electric types. You've got Raging Bolts out there running amok. Haven't seen too much of Regieleki yet. Alright, so Trick Room is done, so I think Iron Hands is going to outspeed us here, but we're going to go for a high horsepower to try to finish this frickin' thing off. Okay, so our Lunala is actually faster, so that's nice. Rhydon, it's been nice knowing you. You did great, man. I'm like kind of mildly concerned here. Oh, the Rhydon lives. We're taking those 2 health points to the bank, cashing it in. I think it's only fitting then that the final blow comes from Rhydon, who is an absolute goat in this battle, and just blasts the Iron Hands out of existence. Luckily, we get a critical hit there, and off it goes. GG's. Thank you to my opponents. At the beginning of this video, you saw a devastating loss that we took to a Kyogre team. But if you lock into this channel, you will see me get my revenge on the Kyogre. That thing really is a pain in the ass, man. Thank you so much for watching. In this video, we just about climb up to the Pokeball rank. You guys are the best. Take it easy. P1P out.